So Nissan nv300. We have all these lights in the dash: engine light, engine failure hazard, and you read the codes. So your particle filter, engine oil dilation, particle filter. So we're going to go into live data. Going to check the DPF differential pressure. That's too high already. Going to check the turbine pressure. So differential pressure on the DPF is too high, so that's why we're getting the DPF code. Very common problem in these is the pipe for the DP or the turbo pressure pipe, it blocks. So we should see that. So this reading's coming down very slow, and that's how we know this is actually blocked. Have that idling at 2,500 RPM. And this reading's too high as well. Still coming down, very slow. So this is what our problem is here. We're going to clean this pipe out, probably clean the DPF, and then we'll take the readings again. So turbo pressure pipe is just there. Going to take that sensor off, take the bracket off, and that's what we're going to clean, that pipe. Okay, just confirming with the vacuum gauge that this is blocked. And it is blocked. That needle shouldn't be moving if that pipe was clear. See the way it's slowly coming down? Yep, that's blocked. Right, so now we have this pipe cleaned out. So we're just double checking it with the vacuum gauge. And that needle doesn't move, so we'll go back to the diagnostics and just make sure that we're getting the right readings on it. Right, so here we have the readings back up. So if I rev it, the readings are moving very fast, and that's what you want to see. Want to see them readings coming up and down really quick, very fast. Don't even think I'm going to do a clean in this. I'm going to drive this and see does this DPF pressure come back down, because I'm pretty sure it will on its own. So then we definitely know that this was a fix, but pretty confident that this was the problem. Okay, so I'm going to go in now and delete the codes that were in the engine. It just means it'll give the van a chance to clean the DPF on its own. So if there's any engine faults in the van, or any outside temperature sensors not working, any glow plug faults, anything at all, it won't actually let the van do a regen on the DPF. It won't even try and clean it. So you can't have any engine faults. Years ago, your glow plugs didn't matter that much. It was all to do with starting your car. Now they're actually for doing is keeping the temperature on the cylinders. They're for economy and other things, but they need to be working for your DPF to do a regen. So go in here and raise these. And also another thing I hear a lot of, I've had it a few times the last couple of weeks, that people were told to drive their vehicles in high RPMs on the motorway to try and blast out the DPF. That is not the way the DPF works. You should never do a regen on a vehicle. You should clean it with a cleaner properly. Not do a regen, because if it's too stuffed, it will actually crack the DPF, end up doing more damage. Same as doing driving down the motorway on high RPMs. It puts a lot of pressure on the DPF. If you eventually get that to clear the DPF, the pressure you're putting on that to try and clear that DPF is doing damage. Regens as well, they deteriorate your DPF. So what we use is, we use a solution that isn't harmful to the DPF. DPF doesn't need to be hot. DPF doesn't need to have loads of pressure in it. It just cleans it. So don't drive your car or your van on high RPMs down the motorway if your DPF is giving problems. Just find out what the problem is, fix the problem, let the van or the car clean the DPF itself. It has to get up to a certain temperature, and it will not do that if you have any engine faults or you have any outside temperature sensors gone or anything like that. If you have a blocked turbo pipe, if you have a vaporizer gone, it won't work. It won't do a regen. So don't drive it at high RPMs. Just get it fixed. It's going to keep happening, and you're going to clean the DPF, and it's going to happen again a week later or a month later or whatever it is. Just have it done and done properly. So we're going to take this van for a drive now and just see what the readings are then when we're finished. Okay, so just after doing about 8 kilometers there, and now we're looking at the readings. So the pressures have just gone right down. Didn't even need to do a clean in this van. It's just after sorting itself out. So we fixed the initial problem, and the van just did it itself. Just did it clean. Didn't do any high revs, didn't do anything. Just drove it normally on the motorway, and pressures came down. Van did his own regen. So that you don't need to have high revs, as some people tell you that you need to do. You just need to drive the van normally. But the most important thing that you need to do is just fix the initial problem. So that's it. That's a fix.